So today we have a nice algebraic expression that has to be simplified. The expression is on the screen and you can see that it's actually very lengthy. So the task given to us is to simplify this thing as much as possible with a given data that a, b, c and x are distinct real numbers. So this is Anmol Mishra and now let us see the solution. How can we simplify this particular expression? So first of all, I will try to take a common denominator in all the three terms. So I will take my common denominator as a minus b multiplied with b minus c multiplied with c minus a. So now my goal is to bring this particular denominator in all these three terms. So the first term we have is x minus b into x minus c divided by a minus b into a minus c. Okay. So now what I need is this in the denominator and what I have is this particular thing. So a minus b is already present, c minus a is required and I have a minus c. So I can take a negative sign common, so this bracket will become c minus a and a negative sign taken common. Okay. Now what extra I need is b minus c. So I can simply multiply it in the numerator and in the denominator. So here we have got our first term with the denominator that I needed. Okay. Now let us bring this denominator in the second term. So our second term is x minus c multiplied with x minus a divided by b minus c into b minus a. Okay. Now what I required is a minus b, b minus c, c minus a. B minus c is already present. A minus b is required and I have b minus a. So again I can take the negative sign common. So if I am taking negative common, inside the bracket it will become a minus b. Okay. Now what extra I need is c minus a, so I can simply multiply c minus a in the numerator and in the denominator. So here we got a second term with the denominator that was required, and the same thing we can do in the third one. So I am directly writing it as the negative x minus a multiplied with x minus b multiplied with a minus b divided by a minus b into b minus c into c minus a. So after doing the adjustment, the third term will look like this and the denominator would be the one that we were looking for. So the three terms are modified over here. So now let us simplify it further. So the first term is also negative, the second is also negative and the third is also negative. So I can take a negative sign common and they all have the common denominator that we have given to them, a minus b into b minus c into c minus a. Okay. Now let us kind of open the brackets. So in the first term we can see we have x minus b into x minus c into b minus c. So if I just open the bracket for these two, I will get x square minus x multiplied with b plus c plus bc, and this thing is getting multiplied with b minus c. And if I will open this particular bracket, I will get x square multiplied with b minus c minus x b plus c multiplied with b minus c, and this thing is ultimately b square minus c square because of the identity. And finally we'll get plus bc into b minus c. So if you open the bracket for these three, we'll get this particular thing that is over here. Similar thing we can do over here. So if you open the brackets over here, the first two brackets will give us x square minus x multiplied with a plus c plus ac, and this thing is getting multiplied with c minus a. And if we'll further open this, we'll get x square multiplied with c minus a minus x multiplied with a plus c into c minus a, so it's a c square minus a square plus ac getting multiplied with c minus a. So here we got the thing after opening the bracket. Now the final term, that is the third term, so we'll get x square multiplied with a minus b minus x multiplied with a square minus b square plus ab multiplied with a minus b. I directly open the bracket over here. You can also do it and check. So the three brackets I have opened, so I'm just directly going to write that brackets over here. So for the first one we got x square multiplied with b minus c minus x multiplied with b square minus c square plus bc multiplied with b minus c. Now the second bracket, so plus x square multiplied with c minus a minus x multiplied with c square minus a square plus ac multiplied with c minus a, plus the bracket for the third one, that is x square multiplied with a minus b minus x multiplied with a square minus b square and plus ab multiplied with a minus b. So here I have just written all the required things. So you can see that I have opened the brackets and written all the things over here, and it's very lengthy. So what I will do is I will take the commons out. Look carefully that x square multiplied with some term is present over here, x square multiplied with some other term, and x square multiplied with some other term. So from all these three I can take x square common, so rest of the things come inside the bracket. So b minus c plus c minus a plus a minus b, these are the three brackets. Okay, now again we have negative x multiplied with something, negative x multiplied with something, and negative x multiplied with something. So I can take negative x common. Now this thing will get multiplied with the addition of all the brackets that were multiplied with x, and they were b square minus c square plus c square minus a square plus a square minus b square. Okay, and the rest of the terms as it is, that is plus bc multiplied with b minus c plus ac multiplied with c minus a plus ab multiplied with a minus b. And this thing is getting divided by the denominator, that is a minus b into b minus c into c minus a, and a negative sign in the beginning. Okay, now let us simplify this thing further. So here we can see that positive b, negative c, positive c, negative a got to cancel out. Similarly, in this particular bracket, positive b square, negative c square, positive c square, negative a square, positive a square. So in both this bracket, all the terms got to cancel out. So what is remaining is 0. This means x into 0 becomes 0, x square into 0 becomes 0. This means that we have got rid of the variable x. Now let us see if this can be simplified further or not. So what I will do is now get rid of this negative sign. So I will simply change the sign inside the bracket in the denominator. So c minus a turned as a minus c, so giving us a negative sign. So this and this got cancelled out. Okay, now what I will do is I will open the bracket in the denominator, a minus b into b minus c into a minus c. So first of all I will multiply a minus b into b minus c, so it will give me ab minus ac minus b square plus bc, and this thing is getting multiplied with a minus c. Now if I will open the bracket now, I will get a square b minus abc minus a square c plus ac square minus b square a plus b square c plus abc and minus bc square. Now we can see that negative abc and positive abc got cancelled out. So what we finally get in the denominator part is, so in the denominator part we get a square b minus a square c plus ac square minus b square a plus b square c and minus bc square. And in the numerator, if I will open the bracket for these three terms, I will get b square c minus bc square positive ac square negative a square c and positive a square b and negative ab square. Now let us see what we can do further. So we can see that b square c, positive b square c, positive b square c. Okay, negative bc square, negative bc square, positive ac square, positive ac square, negative a square c, negative a square c, positive a square b, positive a square b, negative a square b, negative a square b. The numerator part is exactly equals to the denominator part. This means that both of them can be perfectly cancelled out, giving us the final answer as equals to 1. And that's the answer that we were looking for. So this was my way to solve this particular question. If you have any other method other than this, or else if you have any other question that you think I should try, you can comment below, and if it's hard to comment, you can email me, or else you can send it to me on my Instagram. The link is in the description.